Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We have new information tonight regarding two big investigations in our area. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Stephanie is off. The first involves the car thought to have been involved in the Tom Bierson murder investigation. The car and its owner have been identified. According to Moorhead Police, this is a 2005 Nissan Maxima, and they have now determined it was not involved in the crime. The car was captured on a surveillance camera on a property near where Bierson's body was found. It seems to be a case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. The owner of the vehicle has asked to not be identified. And you could say it's a cry for help as the Andrew Sadek case has taken a new direction. The campus police department at the North Dakota State College of Science is asking for help as it continues to investigate Sadek's death. NDSCS says it's requesting assistance from the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation and the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, saying it's the appropriate next step for the investigation. Sadek was last seen leaving his campus dorm room May 1st. His body was found in the Red River near Breckenridge in June. Autopsy results found Sadek died of a gunshot wound to the head. Police have yet to find the gun. Andrew Sadek's mother insists he was murdered, but investigators have not said whether the death is considered a murder or a suicide. We had to deal with a cold morning, didn't we? And there's a little snow moving through the valley. Let's find out from Hutch if it's anything to worry about. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Andrea. Indeed, we started the day out quite frosty. In fact, Fargo matched its coldest temperature of the season thanks to that fresh blanket of snow, 17 below. Man, nobody wants to move too quickly when it's that cold. 21 below was the morning low in Grand Forks. Right now, we've warmed to 6 degrees. South-southeast winds are now warming temperatures a little bit. Hey, take a look at Fergus. It's 8 degrees, south winds at 10 miles per hour, and a little bit of flaky activity out to the west. The radar shows that most of the snow this evening will stay in southeast North Dakota and move into the eastern third of South Dakota on the I-29 corridor. So Fargo should remain quiet. I can't rule out 1 or 2 flurries late this evening, but by and large, it looks like a quiet night with steady to slowly rising temperatures out there. The rising temperatures do continue for a little bit, and I'll have details on that coming up here in a bit. And more snow in the forecast as well, so the winter wonderland will continue to be wintry here, the way things are looking.
All I heard was rising temps.
Rising temps. Yeah, we've focused on a lot of those this season.
Yeah, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
All right, and tonight we have something that you don't see every day, especially when today started with temperatures as cold as 20 below in parts of our region. However, for one Northern Valley man, it was just another day to ride his motorcycle. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson introduces us to the optimism of Dave Yearwood.
Despite the fact it's the middle of winter and the temperature was well below zero this morning, Dave Yearwood is driving his motorcycle to work as he does every day of the year. And Dave is actually a pretty smart guy. He's a technology professor at UND. Yearwood is an expert with electronic controls, and that comes in handy when you ride a motorcycle to work in the middle of winter.
I dress for it. I mean, it looks worse than it is. I plug in to the bike, you know, and I have controllers and heat. So I send heat to my feet and heat to my gloves, and I have handlebar grips.
So you have a heated suit running on electricity.
Right, running off the bike. So I just plug in and life is good.
Amazingly, Yearwood is a native of the Caribbean, but he's used his know-how to make winter fun.
Well, that's the thing, you know, I'm an outdoors person. And you either complain about it or you use it. And I find ways to use it.
And then I go off in the snow on this. That's how that's another bike.
Yearwood has built all kinds of motorcycles to tackle winter's snow and ice. He says a lot of people don't seem to understand him. But Yearwood says it's all about making the best of any situation.
Well, people don't understand, you know, the warmth of the Caribbean and the cold here and why I would want to go outside on a bike in this. But, you know, you have a choice. You can stay inside and you can complain and it doesn't change anything. Or you can make the best of what you have, and I just choose to make the best of what I have.
Easy Rider Dave Yearwood is rolling through winter with a smile on his face. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Yearwood is also an avid bicyclist during the summer months. He says during one trip, he rode his bicycle from the Montana state line through Dickinson to Grand Forks in one 19-hour stretch. And the cold temps didn't stop some North Dakota State University students. They braved the harsh winter in the annual Freeze-a-thon to raise funds for Nokomis childcare. More than 110 volunteers have been collecting donations at 2 different sites. The annual event averages $10,000 in total funds raised. The event started on Sunday and ends tonight at midnight. 2 cars were towed from the scene after a major crash this morning in Grand Forks. It happened just before 9 this morning, again, when a pickup and a car collided by Gateway Drive. The driver of the truck has been identified as Paulo Cepeda of Inkster, North Dakota. He's being charged with driving under suspension. Emergency crews had to use the jaws of life to get Gregory Jacobson of West Fargo out of the car. He was sent to Altru Hospital. His injuries are not known at this time. The accident remains under investigation. A bomb threat at a Minnesota high school has sent 2 girls into the Crookston Juvenile Detention Center. Polk County deputies responded to the threat in Foston around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Officials say a search of the Foston High School determined it was safe, and further investigation led to the arrests of the 2 girls. No other information is being released. Moorhead school officials would like to start school before Labor Day, especially this year. The Minnesota legislature is again debating the issue. State law requires school to start after Labor Day, but because the holiday is late this year, that would mean school couldn't get going until September 8th. Moorhead Assistant Superintendent Brandon Lunick says even if the legislature gives its blessing to an earlier start, he doubts Moorhead would be able to take advantage of it.
So planning for next year, we're already almost have the calendar complete for next year. So that's why I say if this bill were to pass, I don't think you're going to see Moorhead School still starting school before Labor Day.
A Minnesota House committee has already approved a bill that allows for a pre-Labor Day start. What would you do if you found $20,000 worth of treasure? Well, after finding this rare vase in their collection, the Fine Arts Club of Fargo decided to return it to where it was made, the University of North Dakota. It will become part of an art collection there. The piece was made by Margaret Kelly Cable, who taught pottery at UND in the early 1900s. Cable's pieces have now become very valuable.
Still remains a uniquely styled pottery. It's patterned on some of the Native American pottery that has a very reddish kind of quality to it, and the images that are depicted on the bentonite pottery are also Native American images.
Do you have a piece of this rare pottery sitting around your home? Well, most pieces have a blue circle on the bottom stamped with UND School of Mines. And let us know if you find one by reaching out on the Valley News Live Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and send us a picture of your rare pottery. The draw of a cell phone can be addicting for both parents and their children, but at what cost? On Valley News Live 10 at 10, Lisa Badeau explains the importance of setting down the phone and how it could be beneficial to your child's health. Today, your donation to local nonprofits gets the most bang for its buck. It's Giving Hearts Day, and donations of $10 or more are matched up to $4,000 by Dakota Medical Foundation and other community donors. This is a 24-hour fundraiser that started at midnight and goes all day. Charities agree this is the most powerful day. They count on donations.
The money goes to just taking care of the animals, to feed them, to take care of their veterinary costs, spaying, neutering, make sure they're up to date on their vaccinations, just everything in general to take care of the animals until we can find them their forever homes.
And let's take a look at the website. Currently, over $3.8 million raised so far. The numbers keep climbing. If you want to give back, we have a link for you under the hot button at valleynewslive.com. And here's one of several events held today that had people jumping in the right direction. That looks fun. A trampoline-a-thon. The event was held at the TNT Kids Fitness and Gymnastics. People had a chance to let loose and get some exercise. TNT is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide fitness opportunities for children of all abilities. Still ahead tonight, a recall of an item that could fail you when you need it most.
What a difference those flakes make on our temperatures. 17 below in Fargo this morning. In Grand Forks, 21 below is 27 below this morning in Boston. Warmer air with more snow in the forecast. Details are next.